Well, welcome along to Cavan Online Radio. This is the Showband Show with Jet. Hello, Jet.
Hello, Patsy. How are you?
We're going to go down memory lane with Jet.
And a bit of nostalgia.
Yes. Well, welcome along. I'm here with Jet Calders. It's Jet Calders, isn't it, Jet?
It is, that's it.
And you used to play in a band, didn't you?
I did for years.
And what was the band called?
It was called The Halos first, and then it was my own band with Mick Flavin.
Right.
And Mick and me, we were together for about 17 years.
17?
Yeah.
Holy.
Concentrated on all American country at the time.
Right.
I'd say we were one of the first groups that was concentrating solely on American country.
Yeah.
So I retired then. And
you hung up
I hung up my drumsticks,
right.
And Mick carried on. The rest is history with Mick.
Yeah, that's true. The first single up today is from Johnny Macaulay. It's Among the Wicklow Hills.
Oh, yes. And it was also a very big hit for Larry Queenham.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And Johnny Macaulay wrote it, did he?
Yes. Johnny Macaulay wrote it. He wrote a lot of good songs, Johnny Macaulay. He was very popular back in the 70s, late 60s. Yeah.
Shall we give it a listen and then we can have a chat about it?
I've just received a letter from my home in Ireland, and the scribble so familiar of my mother's feeble hand, a home that rang of music and of laughter now is still. Dear Danny, it's so lonely now among the Wicklow Hills. As I gaze across the mountains, I relive a moment's joy. The same old Wicklow mountains where you rambled as a boy. The Virgin and the Child, that picture's by your bedside still. And each night I pray you'll come back home among the Wicklow Hills. Do you remember long ago in summer you would stroll down where the crystal mountain streams to the Slaney waters roll? You recall a young companion then who thinks about you still. Well, you know who she's waiting to among the Wicklow Hills. As I gaze across the mountains, I relive a moment's joy. The same old Wicklow mountains where you rambled as a boy. The Virgin and the Child, that picture's by your bedside still. And each night I pray you'll come back home among the Wicklow Hills.
Yeah, well,
there was a verse there that I didn't hear before on the Larry Cunningham about the Virgin and...
yeah, well, you see, it was updated. It was updated for Larry. It was actually a B-side to Lovely Leitrim, if I remember right well, or it could have been a tribute to Jim Reeves. But Larry had a very big hit with it, you know.
He did have a big hit, yeah.
You'll have to excuse some of them recordings because they're... for anyone out there that knows what a 45 single is, this is what we're using just to get the authentic sound.
That's right.
And you will get an odd scratch and a blip, but pass no remarks on that.
And the blip is dozy.
Yeah, it's the real thing.
I know, yeah.
It is nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia down memory lane. Suitcase suitcase full of memories. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Art Supple and the Victors is next.
Yeah, they were from Cork, I think. Art Supple and the Victors, yeah. They were a very big band too. And Art Supple went off the road, I think, for a good while. I think he had a bit of an accident.
Right.
And but as far as I understand, they're back on the road again with the female singer Tina.
Oh, Tina.
Yeah. She's touring now and doing cruises again. They were a very big band back in the 60s, early 70s. We will listen to those for a minute.
Yeah, we'll listen to Art Supple and A Soldier's Farewell.
Last night as I stood on the banks of the Boyne, some soldiers were going away. There was one soldier lad with his face pale and sad. To his sweetheart these words he did say: tonight is our last night together, for the nearest and dearest must part, and the soldier may roam to the end of the world with his thoughts on his loving sweetheart. Let us roam hand in hand through the meadows where we first fell in love, you and I, where you taught me to love you, dear Molly. Now teach me to tell you goodbye, for perhaps I may fall in the battle. What more can a brave soldier do? And my last dying wish will be Molly, my mother, my country, and you.
Well, Jet, that was Art Supple. And what was the label called?
It was The Honey. It was, at that time in the 70s, early 70s, labels were springing up all over the place.
Right.
People were starting to create their own labels. You know, and before that it was London and all these big companies that had all the labels. And
Yeah.
again, you made a record. By the time you'd made a record and paid the record label and all royalties and all this kind of stuff, you actually were owing money. Instead of making money, you'd owe it.
Yeah,
But,
and you never got making anything really.
People then came in and started to say, right, why should we do this? We will make our own labels
Yeah.
and produce our own records, which they started doing. That became a very big hit in the early 70s, this record, because the Irish soldiers at the time were going on peacekeeping duties to the Congo and all these, Jadaville, and
Yeah.
it was big news at the time to see an Irish soldier actually going abroad
On the peace.
in peacekeeping or in any kind of warfare zone. And that's why it became such a big hit, Art Supple. He was a good singer, Art Supple.
He was.
Very good singer, yeah. Did you ever hear him, Patsy?
I didn't hear him live.
No, I heard him a few times already. He would have been on the road the same time as I was. We'd be passing each other like chips in the night.
The next one is a pie label, and it's Tony Keeling, and the Crystal Chandeliers.
Crystal Chandeliers, yeah, big hit for Charlie Pride.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, and very popular song in Ireland. Charlie Pride was the first colour singer
Yeah, American country.
American country singer. Yeah. And let's listen to a wee bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall. But will the timely crowd who have you laughing loud help you dry a tear when the new wears off of your crystal chandelier? I never did fit in too well with those you knew, and it's plain to see that the likes of me don't fit too well with you. 'Cause you traded me for the gaiety of the well-to-do, and you turned away from the love I offered you. Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the paintings on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall. But will the timely crowd who have you laughing loud help you dry your tear when the new wears off of your crystal chandelier? I see your picture in the paper almost every day, and you're the chosen girl of the social world, so the stories say. But a paper smile only lasts a while, and then it fades away. And the love we knew will come home to you someday. Oh, the crystal chandeliers light up the painting on your wall. The marble statuettes are standing stately in the hall. But will the timely crowd who have you laughing loud help you dry your tear when the new wears off of your crystal chandelier?
Well, that was different than the ones that go around now. He done it his own way. He didn't try and copy Charlie Pride.
No, he didn't. And Tony Keeling, you see, at that time, it was infancy. That was, 1967 when it was recorded. And people in this country, they weren't that used to recording, you know. And,
in the beginning.
They couldn't relax that easily because the engineers and the people who were producing these records, they were like gods.
Oh,
and if they said...
it was snowing outside. They'd say
you have to sing it in snow.
Yeah.
But... Tony Keeling and the graduates, they were actually graduates. They were all in college. They were students,
right,
in Dublin. And
I wonder if they're around, if they're still about. Or...
Well, that's what we'd like to do. At the end of this show, we will be looking for a bit of nostalgia, a type of where are they now thing.
Yeah,
we would like anyone that knows where these particular singers are, or where they have gone to, or what they're doing now.
Yeah, what are they doing now is right.
And get back to us, please. On Cavan.
Online radio.
Cavan online radio.
Yeah. You can
email
us. Yeah. Email and text us.
Tony Keeling also had a very big hit with, it was actually, Crystal Chandelier was the B-side.
Yeah.
The A-side of that particular record was City Lights. And it was a big hit back in 1967 for Tony Keeling. It actually launched that band and they became very successful over Ireland for 10 years. They were very popular at all the dances in the country. They concentrated mostly in the city because they were a kind of a half country, half pop band.
Or the middle of the road kind of thing.
Yeah. As students at that time would be.
Yeah. Well, I have a Dolphin record now, and there's a guy called Sean Dunphy on it.
Sean Dunphy.